global warming, acid rain, toxic waste. Some of the results of past actions are requiring current attention. As we try to move beyond the mistakes of yesterday, we're finding we need today's most creative approaches.
In a year or two, that state-of-the-art computer on your desk will probably be in the junk pile, replaced by a newer model. And that underscores a much bigger problem: e-waste. It's estimated that 50 million tons of electronics are being dumped in overcrowded landfills worldwide each year, including more than 130,000 computers trashed each day in the U.S., along with countless TVs and mobile gadgets. Such improperly discarded electronic equipment may potentially contaminate our nation's environment.
E-waste presents a special problem because the primary components are heavy metals, mercury, lead, cadmium, and those things are just harder to treat.
So when you talk about taking items that contain lead and other heavy metals or potentially hazardous materials and putting them in a landfill, I don't think we're doing justice to the environment that way.
For example, a computer is a complex assembly of more than 1,000 materials, many of them highly toxic, including lead, mercury, chromium, PVC plastics, and acids. Plus, highly confidential information may be stored on it, which can result in identity theft or invasion of privacy after a computer is thrown out.
Well, the misconception people have when they hit delete is that their information went away and it didn't go anywhere. It's still on the hard drive until it's overwritten. And you have to take positive control over your information, which means you have to ensure that once you no longer want it to exist, you have to destroy it. And you have to take positive measures to ensure that the data is destroyed. And for the data sanitization that Creative Recycling System performs, we ensure that all the data is destroyed off of the media.
These are all concerns we have in finding an environmentally friendly way to clean up e-waste.
There's a lot of ways that you can recycle components. You can have people working and disassembling them and not really have the workers protected, or not even protect the environment. You could have the television sitting outside somewhere, stored outside. So I look to make sure that the place that is going to take my material, whether it's electronics or chemicals or what, that they're going to do it in the most environmentally friendly manner.
The growing problem of discarded computers, TVs, and electronic devices has captured the attention of a Tampa-based business that has struck gold in obsolete electronics. Creative Recycling Systems is a fitting name for this company that has found an environmentally sound way to manage electronic equipment once it has reached its end of life or become obsolete.
Well, we think if you look at the industry, it's extremely creative. And what we're doing is pulling out all these intrinsic materials from this electronic equipment and then actually finding homes for each piece, each part of this. So if it is the steel, we have a buyer for the steel, and the plastic. So it's a separation technology and finding quality markets for these end products.
The amount of material that comes in this facility, only less than 1/10 of 1% actually goes into the waste system. And using our automated system, it's actually zero waste. And what could be better than that?
Each day, up to 500,000 pounds of electronic waste enters its new 110,000 square foot facility in Tampa, one of many creative recycling plants scattered across the United States. Here, a state-of-the-art electronics recycling giant, known affectionately as David, shreds the discarded electronics.
The machine is called David to really fight the Goliath problem of e-waste throughout the world, not just in the United States. And the capacity is unbelievable. It actually can handle 150 million pounds of e-waste per year.
As each large-screen television or computer is fed into the shredder, it is crushed into small pieces, which are then separated into bins of basic materials such as aluminum, glass, steel, copper, and even precious metals like gold.
1 ounce of gold that is pulled out of this electronic equipment saves 20 tons of mine waste.
Without David, these materials would end up unused in a technological graveyard. In effect, Creative Recycling Systems turns electronic trash into treasure.
In terms of sustainability and in terms of recycling this equipment as opposed to treating it as a waste. And I think that is a huge message that people need to understand. This material really shouldn't be in the waste. This is recyclable material, and there are true quality solutions for managing end-of-life electronic equipment.
Through CRS's data sanitation methods, proprietary information is destroyed and refurbished computers can be resold or donated to charity. And through creative recycling, a mountain of e-scrap is turned back into valuable commodities.
A lot of these electronics are very useful, so we can fix them up and we can donate them or sell them. So why would we waste all the materials that was involved in creating that piece of electronics and use up our natural resources to make more when we can just resell it and reuse it?
We like to look at a company and we like to think that we're participating in a program that is having the least impact on Earth.
When new technology replaces our old gadgets, the obsolete electronics don't magically disappear when we throw them away. But e-waste can be a valuable resource through creative recycling without hurting our environment. Electronic waste, it's a growing global problem, but Creative Recycling Systems has created a way to change the end of life for electronics into a new beginning for recycled material.
We are able to take end-of-life electronic equipment that many people consider waste and create these commodities that are really benefiting the world.
Founded in 1994 by CEO John Yob, Creative Recycling Systems is now a national leader in protecting the environment and proprietary electronic data through its state-of-the-art approach to recycling electronics.
The piece of equipment that they have sorts out the different materials, the metals, the plastic, the glass. So it's going directly from that machine as it's separated out to the markets.
Creative recycling is the best solution to the problem of unwanted electronics, protecting the environment from harm while providing customers with award-winning, cost-effective service.
Our entire mission is really based upon finding the best solutions for managing this equipment. And the role that we play, we think, is very important, especially as leaders in this industry.
We don't use waste and we don't use disposal. Those are defeatist terms and we're not going to lose, we're going to win. And so Creative Recycling Systems uses a systemic approach, looking at electronic assets at their end of life as an asset to be properly managed.
National Geographic magazine featured us in the January issue of their article called High-Tech Trash. And we were actually used as the nation's example of how electronic recycling can be done the right way, mainly because of our total dedication to an environmentally sound method.
Thanks for being with us today. Maybe you were able to affirm some of your own ideas and ambitions. Be sure to join us next time to hear more about the people and ideas helping to shape the future. I'm Lou Gossett Jr.
For more information, visit crserecycling.com.